So, shall we start?
Yeah, Riti, just a minute. I can't see Praveen. So
Oh, yeah. So, let's wait for him.
just a second. Wait for Praveen, and then
Yeah.
we'll start immediately. Welcome, Dr. Pramanik. It's good to have you here.
Hello, good afternoon to all. Thank you.
Yeah, Riddhi, Praveen is here, so we are good to start.
So, good afternoon, one and all. On behalf of the International Young Academy of Sciences, I welcome you all to celebrate the International Day of Women and Girls in Science 2024. I believe you are all aware that the International Day of Women and Girls in Science is the brainchild of the United Nations. A question might come in our mind. Why do we need to mark a special day like this? Well, actually, international days and weeks are marked to spread public awareness on global issues of concern, to mobilize action plans, and to celebrate human progress in addressing such issues. From Marie Curie's groundbreaking discovery in the field of radioactivity to Dr. Kizzmekia Corbett's pivotal role in developing COVID-19 vaccine, women have been instrumental in shaping the world we live in. Yet, despite their significant contributions, women still remain underrepresented in the field of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Globally, only 35% of researchers are women, and this number dips even lower in certain fields like engineering and technology. This is not just injustice, but an opportunity and we have missed. Gender equality has always been a core issue for United Nations. Closing the gender gap will not only make a crucial contribution to the economic development globally, but also with these diverse voices and perspectives, we can solve the global issues more effectively and unlock solutions that benefits everyone. INYAS also realizes the undeniable role of science in shaping the society and economy of our nation. INYAS has been actively promoting connections among young minds, young scientists of the country, as well as the world for promoting science by exchange of ideas, discussions, and collaborations. This has made a significant impact on the ground. So to introduce you all to the detailed activities of INYAS, I would request the coordinator of INYAS East Zone, Dr. Praveen Kumar, to take over the Zoom platform. Praveen, the floor is all yours.
Yeah, thank you, Riddhi, for having this uh, event. And also, I'm happy to inform that INYAS is doing a lot of activity. Nishant, you have a presentation of INYAS?
No, you can just very briefly tell
Yeah.
about it.
So basically, INYAS means Indian National Young Academy of Science. It is a body of INSA. And we have very pioneer young scientists around the India. So different regions we represent. So you will find every region, some of the Indians young scientists is part of our Young Science Academy. And we cater a lot of activities, especially we try to go to the schools and we motivate the students to opt the science as a career. we try to do a lot of dissemination activities, or we try to culcate their scientific temper into that. And apart from that, we have several flagship events, like we go to the rural areas, so we call it RU setup. So where we try to take a few school as adoption, we try to do some events so that we can motivate the school teachers, especially school students, so that they can really know about what actually the science is and how they can be a good scientist. And also, what we are doing, that India is facing a lot of issues as far as young scientists are concerned, especially after PhDs. Like you do PhD, then after you don't know what to do. So we have a flagship event called Priogen, where we try to get all those PhD students, master students, and early stage researcher as well, where we try to tell them what all ways are possible for them, what are direction they can take it. So this is our yearly event. And apart from that, we do a lot of other events where we try to, we have a complete vinyas, okay, for women, where they try to do the wisdom, where a lot of girls, students, we motivate them. And we have several awards where we try to motivate the students from PhD, masters. And we have some competition whereby we get very good, it's like you have some scientific results where we wanted to make, you wanted to present it to some fun way. So that is also we have it. Apart from that, we have other lots of other events, like one of the event Riddhi is coordinating today. So we reach to every corner of India. Doesn't matter it is rural or urban. And if you think that you wanted to have some young mind who can motivate you or your students, please contact us. We always are there, always available, every part of India. So with that, I think we all INYAS members are here. I think I'll give floor to them. Thank you. Thank you, Riddhi. Please go ahead.
So thank you, Praveen, for the appropriate coverage of all the INYAS activities. Now we will move to the next segment of today's program. So the first lecture of today's evening will be on a topic that is science for peace. Now, since the early days of civilization till the most recent pandemic outbreak, we all know or have witnessed how science has been instrumental in restoring peace in the society. To speak on the topic, we have our very own INYAS colleague, Dr. Nish Chakrabarti. Nishant is an associate professor at the School of Medical Science and Technology at IIT Kharagpur, and he leads the regenerative medicine lab there. He is a physicist scientist by training and has several accolades to his credit. He is presently the National Core Committee member of INYAS and is an elected member of the Royal Society of Biology of UK. So with this brief introduction, Nishant, the platform is all yours. And I would like to request the audience that if you have any questions during the talk, you can keep posting in the chat box. I'll take it up after the session is over. So Nishant, yes, you can start.
Thank you very much, Chirashri. And it is indeed a great moment of honor for me to be a part of this program. So today, as we are celebrating the International Day for Women and Girls in Science, I think it is important for us to remember that everyone, I mean, regardless of gender, should have a chance to become a scientist in one form or the other and contribute to make the world a great and a better place. So when we include everyone in science, we get different perspectives and ideas that can help us find better solutions for complex problems. I mean, you can think of science as like a superpower. It has the incredible ability to change the world, and we have seen these over the ages till now, and again, we will see this in the future as well. But sometimes its use has been such that it hasn't been so great. I mean, think about the past. Science has been used to create powerful weapons of mass destruction and have caused a lot of hurt to many people. Even today, we are seeing modern day warfare resorting to newer technology like drones and kamikaze weapons. But at the same time, it is also used for a lot of good, right? I mean, if you look at the kind of discoveries that we have made, take the example of life-saving medications like the antibiotics. Penicillin, if it wasn't discovered, I think we would still be in a situation where so many people would be dying of infectious diseases. We have invented technology that makes our life easier. Motor cars, electronic gadgets, our mobile phones, internet, and so many more. In more recent times, if you see, scientists from all over the world have come together to tackle big problems like climate change and even the recent COVID-19 pandemic that we have had. So we have shared knowledge with each other and we have worked together to find solutions that benefit everyone. If you take the example of COVID-19, scientists raced together to develop vaccines that could protect people from all over the globe and not just for their own countries, right? And now we are finding ways, or we are trying at least to find ways to protect our planet. Take the examples of green energy, electric cars that we are trying to develop. And these are just few examples, I would say. I mean, this kind of collaboration shows how science can bring people together and try to make this world a safer place. If you take the example of research institutions like the universities and laboratories across the globe, these are like melting pots of culture. So people from different countries and different backgrounds come together to work on projects and learn from each other. This helps us in understanding each other better and promotes cooperation between different countries, different cultures, different people. Take the instance of the International Space Station. I mean, it's a perfect example of countries working together for scientific progress of the world. Astronauts from different countries and nations are living together and working together in space. They're conducting experiments and pushing the boundaries of human knowledge. In fact, at times, you will find people from different countries which are, in fact, at war on the ground, and yet they're inside the International Space Center. They're striving towards achieving a greater goal, a common goal for betterment of humanity. So the question comes that how can we use science for peace in our everyday lives? Well, imagine instead of making weapons, scientists focused on creating technology to help us communicate better or to find better solutions to resolve conflicts. Just for an example, maybe we have seen so much technology being developed for translation of language. So imagine if scientists focused on creating more and better technology for translation devices that can instantly bridge the language barriers. I mean, this could foster understanding between people from different cultures, which often, because of misunderstandings, lead to so many conflicts across the globe. Additionally, if you think, I mean, what if scientists dedicated their efforts more towards finding innovative solutions for conflicts? Let's take the instance that instead of developing destructive weapons, we would be researching on alternative energy, which we have already started doing. Energy resources and sustainable farming practices, for example. We are doing that as well. So these are usually the reasons for global conflicts. And if we can address the resource scarcity and promote cooperation between nations, what better can be there than this? Scientists, as we know, can play a crucial role in promoting peace through education and outreach as well. So by teaching critical thinking skills and fostering scientific literacy, we empower individuals to approach conflicts and with rationality and empathy. These are the things which often you see are missing when we tend to deal with people who are engaged in dialogue and may not be able to resolve these. So through initiatives like science diplomacy, for example, which is kind of becoming a buzzword these days and which is, I think, very important as well. Through initiatives like these, scientists can engage in diplomatic efforts to build bridges between nations. We can promote dialogue and cooperation on a global scale. And ultimately, if you think if we can harness the power of science to understand the root cause of conflicts and develop peaceful solutions, I think we can create a world where everyone can survive in harmony. So science is just not about discovering cool things, I would say. It's also about making the world a more peaceful and harmonious place for all of us. Let us all strive to achieve this, and I wish everyone all the very best in their scientific endeavors. I'm aware that many of the students here have been engaged in this competition. So hats off to everyone for participating, and congratulations to one and all for putting in their efforts. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Nishant, for such a thought-provoking deliberation. It's indeed true that a scientific, rational, and an analytical mind is really the key to attain peace in society, both at the micro level and at the global level. Now, if there are any questions from the audience, you can still raise your hand and ask.
I think seriously, it was more of a discussion
Okay,
rather than
discussion, yeah.
statement. Yeah, you can go.
You raised a very important point, and I also felt that asking you about it. That
Yeah.
can scientific collaboration, or rather, how scientific collaboration be a useful approach in bridging the cultural gaps and ultimately help in attaining peace?
Well, undoubtedly. I mean, this is what I was referring to. If you look at most of the global laboratories across the world, you see people from so many different communities working together. Even if you look at the labs and research institutions in our country, we are having people from all parts of the country. So this is a platform where we can exchange our culturalism as well, our ideas. So some cultures may be different in different parts of the country or across the globe. So when you initiate dialogue about these in a healthy way, I think it is always better rather to engage in conflicts. I mean, it's said that don't raise your voice, improve your argument. So that's what the motto should be. And that comes from learning and knowledge.
Yeah, I think everybody will totally agree with you. It's a very important point. And what do you think should be the methodologies to spread to the common people that science can really help in attaining peace, and it's not only the philosophical mindset that should matter? Like, what should be the
Sure.
steps to
I
spread
mean,
awareness?
there is a thought process in most of us that science is for scientists. That's not really the thing to go. I mean, now we are in the era of something called citizen scientists, right? So everybody with a scientific bent of mind can contribute to the society in a very good way. So you do not need a PhD to become a scientist. Even nowadays, we are seeing, I mean, recently, the Young Innovators Program was conducted at IIT Kharagpur. So these were school students from 8th standard to, I think, the 12th standard. So they were divided into two different groups, junior and senior. And the level of different types of projects that they had performed was so amazing that you cannot even think many people with PhDs also to think like that. So I think the potential that we have is stupendous, and it is just the need for us to identify them and how we can utilize this potential in a better way. So that is amongst us. For example, INYAS is putting in a lot of effort in that direction, and most of the other scientific academies in our country and across the globe are doing the same. So we should be able to achieve something very good out of the even right from the school age.
So, thank you, Nishant, once again for sharing your views on this very pertinent topic. So we'll now move on to the next topic, next lecture of today's evening. So as Riddhi correctly mentioned in the beginning, that gender equality, besides being a fundamental human right, is essential to achieve peaceful societies and sustainable development. So we will now hear from Dr. Sasitone Srisawadi about her journey towards inclusivity in science with young academics. Dr. Srisawadi is a research team leader at the National Metal and Materials Technology Center at Thailand. She has earned a degree in industrial engineering from the Chulalongkorn University in Thailand, and later on moved on to North Carolina State University, USA, for her research work in additive manufacturing and rapid tooling. Her research career started at the MTech, where she works on additive manufacturing and 3D printing, production process optimization, and composite material fabrication. In recognition of her contribution to promoting the roles of young scientists, she was appointed as a co-chair of the Thai Young Scientist Academy from 2019 to 2021. She was also selected as a Young Leader Fellow at an annual meeting of Science and Technology in Society Forum 2019 and the World Academy of Sciences Young Affiliate 2020. So with this presentation, Dr. Sasitone, you can now take over the platform.
All right. Thank you, Shikari, for the very kind introduction. And also thank you for having me to be a part of your celebration of the International Day of Women and Girls in Science 2024. So good evening and a warm good morning to those who are joining from other corners of the world. So I'm Sasitone Srisawadi, former co-chair of Thai Young Scientists Academy or TAISA, and I'm a current executive committee member. I'm also the researcher at the National Metal and Materials Technology Center in Thailand. So but today I will just share a little bit about TAISA and so that you could see my journey in TAISA and how it became a very important part of my life as a female scientist. So TAISA was founded in 2009. And when I first joined TAISA in 2018, I saw a very good opportunity to bring in fresh perspectives and to steer TAISA in a direction that it aligns with the more up-to-date current challenges and aspirations. So for me, joining TAISA is not just about being a part of the organization, but I'm glad that I could contribute in shaping its future. So right now, TAISA is made of several amazing scientists, and we believe that by working together, we can help Thailand grow and also have a positive impact and positive influence across the globe. So the big part, the more significant part of what we are about is having the volunteering mindset. So with that, it means that we are not just interested in our own work. We also want to use our knowledge and skills to help others and the communities. So right now, TAISA is a very strong organization that stands on 3 pillars. The first pillar of TAISA is the empowering young scientists. So as we empower the young scientists, we also committed to the inclusivity. We are now committed to bringing down the traditional barriers that may have hindered or have stopped the participation or the contribution of certain genders in the scientific community. So by providing equal opportunities, we believe we can create an environment that the talent can grow together regardless of gender. And the second pillar is the outreach and science communication. So I just want to emphasize that this is a very powerful tool in promoting gender inclusivity and gender balance. Because by showcasing the role models and highlights the success stories of the scientists of all genders, we can contribute to a more inclusive and a more welcoming scientific community to everyone. And the third pillar is the policy recommendation. So for this one, our ultimate goal is to be the voice that influence policymakers and provide evidence-based solution Even though right now we haven't started anything that's related to how we can contribute to closing the gender gap in science yet, but I believe in the future, there's a very good chance that we can play a significant role in creating a more diverse scientific landscape in Thailand. So with that, I will move on to how the young academies can contribute to inclusivity in science. So based on my past 5 or 6 years in the Young Academy, I have seen several activities that could promote the inclusivity in genders and in culture in science. But then I kind of try to group them into 5 different ways, so that we could see how we can differentiate between each activity and how we could promote the gender equality by doing those activities within the Young Academies. So for the first one, the interdisciplinary collaboration. So this one we can create a networking opportunities and the environment that empowers researchers to tackle complex problems together, but with the collaboration across fields, across genders, and across boundaries. So by fostering the culture of diversity and inclusion, we can focus on equal participation and equal opportunities for all gender. We provide training program, we provide workshops so that a diverse group of scientists can get together, work together, and build their collaboration skills. So this activity collectively can help the young researcher to develop the important skill set to work effectively across disciplines and across boundaries and culture. And the second one is the effective science communication. So again, I just want to emphasize that science communication is a very powerful tool. It can play a very important role in advancing gender inclusivity by actively and effectively promote diverse voices and perspectives. So by doing that, it can empower each one of us from different backgrounds to see themselves as a part of the scientific community together. So with this activity, we had several workshops. We organized some online and on-site workshops and seminars that focus on science communication skill building so that we can help the scientists to communicate more effectively with their stakeholders. And for the third group that I like to talk about too is the leadership and teamwork. So leadership and teamwork in collaboration with external partners can provide us and the scientists and female scientists with the varied perspectives, ideas, and cultures. So this can serve as a platform for promoting diversity and inclusiveness, but not only in terms of genders, but that expand also in terms of cultures and background. So with the active involvement in community engagement, in community activity and contribution, that create like a sense of responsibility and empathy. And that's how we build up teamwork skills among our members. And with this experience together, it can contribute to the development of the leaders that are resilient and adaptable, who would be able to contribute in nurturing the inclusivity and diversity. And also in TISA, we have a very supportive environment. We believe that we can promote the gender inclusivity by providing resources and guidance equally on the career path. And we can help the early career researcher to make informed decision about their future. So with this type of activity and support, we don't only provide them for our member, it also extended to other researchers in the country too, because every year we hosted a workshop for an orientation for the newly graduated scholars. So with this I believe we can provide a sense of community. So once there's a community among the young researcher, among the female researcher who just started their career, we can encourage the young female scientists to overcome the obstacles and to help them breaking down the barriers at the very early stage of their career, which is very important for all of us here. I believe most of you will agree on this point. And for the last one that I like to mention here is the global outlook. So as the Young Academies, we provide several opportunities for our members to work together. It's sort of more like a platform for scientists from various regions of the world to come together. We hosted some workshop, we hosted some seminar and conference within the region and within the national and regional and also international, so that we can provide our member with a very good opportunities to engage and to exchange their viewpoints with their international peers. So for example, last year we hosted a workshop in Thailand that focused on empowering the female scientists and entrepreneurs. And that's when I have got a very good opportunity to meet 3 outstanding female scientists from INYAS. And just to wrap up my talk, in order to make sure that there's a fair treatment for male and female scientists, we must shift our culture. And I believe as of now, we have made some progress already. We are getting there, but we need to work together to make it more effective. So I just want you all to look at this as a garden of teamwork with different types, different sizes, and different colors of flowers. So with this, we can have the different flowers that bloom together, just like how each flower adds the beauty to a bouquet of flowers. So it means that when we include everyone, science can become more colorful and stronger. So each and every one of us can contribute in making science diverse and equal by putting those flowers together. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Sasitone, for your wonderful views on inclusivity, the steps taken by TISA to bridge the gender gap, and how globally the young academies can contribute to achieve this. I'm sure the school students who will be listening to your lecture today, their mind will be really, really full of flowery thoughts, as your last slide. It was really, really wonderful and very appreciable. Yeah. So, just a few questions like, do TISA has any plan to collaborate with other countries' young academies as well to promote gender inclusivity?
Yeah, I'm so glad you asked. Yeah, we are very happy to work together with other young academies, and we have done that in the past, even though some of them might not be specifically for the gender inclusivity, but we are very, very happy to take part of any initiatives that would help us addressing these gaps too, because in the past, we were only a part of the co-organizer of some workshop that will try to empower the female and the girls. But yeah, I wouldn't stop us from taking initiatives and then working together as a regional young academy or even a global the young academies across the globe.
Thank you so much. A very relevant question from a participant. There is a large fraction of mass who are not affiliated to any particular institution. Majority of them faces gender inequality issues. As a responsible citizen and young scientist, what will be your plan or suggestion to reach out to them?
That's That's a very good point. For those who are not affiliated to a particular institution, right? Well, from the top of my head, I think science communication will be one of the most effective way to reach out to them. In the past, TISA has several activities that we do the outreach to the kids outside of Bangkok. So most of the kids and students in Bangkok, they have very good opportunity, a very good chance to access to all those, information and knowledge, right? But we are aware that for those who are not even in like a very good school, in a school that might have a quality that's lower than the standard. So we try to reach out to them and make sure that they have an opportunity to see and to learn what is out there. So that's another thing that we are working on right now is to have an online, I would say it's more like an online version of training for the science communication. So with this, once you have the information and the guidelines and how you can host the workshop, you can just do it anywhere and anytime. It doesn't have, you don't have to be affiliated with TISA, you don't have to be affiliated with any research institute. If you are willing to host this workshop, then you can just conduct it under our materials provided and also the guideline that we will be very happy to share.
Thank you for your support. And do you feel gender inclusivity should start from the school level? In fact, we feel that in that case, what should be the measures that should be adopted for this?
Yes, I totally agree. And we should also raise the awareness in the boys too. It's not just for the girls. Even though if the girls, it is good that the girls are aware that their voices should be heard equally, but also from the viewpoint of other genders, they should be able to accept other people's voice too. And I'm not talking this just for the genders. It's also other types of diversities too. It could be cultures, religions, or even regions.
Thank you, Dr. Sasiton, once again for sharing your wonderful views and ideas. So with this, I would now like to request my INYAS colleague, Dr. Toto Nadak, to take over the next session.
Thank you, Chirasri. We just heard how science can be benefited from the diversity as well as inclusiveness in science. People, if we include every gender together or every man. There is an anecdote in agriculture, just I want to tell you. We always tell that every grain is produced. If you lose them, actually you need to produce that grain. In case of science also, it is a similar way. Actually, the way each and every one has to be treated and each and every one has to be given the same benefits what other people are getting, then only science will progress. Thank you, speaker. Now we'll move on to another lecture and another important issue. The important issue is the water, and as we know, water management nowadays, it is everywhere we are discussing about it, and we believe women and girls can play a critical role. And to talk about that, we have with us today Dr. Mona Lisa Pramani. She is senior scientist from Water Technology Center, IARI, Indian Agriculture Research Institute, my alma mater, from New Delhi. She comes with a vast experience in the field of irrigation, automation, and IoT, Internet of Things. She works, I think, few years in watershed management as well as soil and water conservations. And I found she has very good publications in peer-reviewed journal, and most importantly, the INYAS activity and her outreach activity through popular articles. Actually, it is very much matching. So I thank you, Dr. Mona Lisa, for accepting our actually invitation, and I welcome you. And now it is your stage. Please deliver your talk. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Adak, for giving me such a warm introduction, and a very good Good afternoon to all of you. Please, sorry for my throat is little bit upset. My voice is not coming so much clear. I just want to share my presentation. Just
अगर मोबाइल पे कर रहे हैं तो ये देख लेना है, ये निशान NIC निशान प्ले स्टोर से कवच एप्लीकेशन को डाउनलोड करना है। ये डाउनलोड मैंने कर लिया है। ईमेल आईडी है उसको डाल देना है और जो पासवर्ड बनाया था वह पासवर्ड डाल के लॉगिन कर देना है। अब आपके दिए हुए मोबाइल पर फिर से एक 6 फिगर का OTP आएगा। 6 फिगर का OTP आपके मोबाइल पर फिर से आएगा।
जस्ट मिनट
रजिस्टर मोबाइल नंबर जो भी है उसको यहाँ पर दिए इन बॉक्सों पर डाल के सबमिट कर देना है। तो मैंने
I'm so sorry due to some problem. I'm now sharing again. ये F5 कैसे होगा? How to slide show mode?
So,
Leave it. I'm sorry. I think my laptop has some problem. I think better I stop sharing it.
No, at present it is visible. It may not be in the slideshow mode. So you may continue if it works actually for you. Okay.
Okay. Is it comfortable for all of you? Okay. I'm I'm so much sorry. Due to some technical problem in my laptop. So back to the track that today I have called for the very important topic, role of women and girls in water management. Now, when I got this topic, I really found it is a very interesting because water is a very general thing that we all use besides the gender and every living things that actually use water. Now, how it is more specific for women and girls. So the terms are coming in role of women and girls in water management. So first I would like to tell that what is the scenario of the water at present condition. As we all know that the India is the largest population and it has the 18% of population, 18% of the global population, but it has only the 4% of the total water resources. Global only we have only 4% of total global water resources. And by the time you can see that with the stat with 2050, the your water availability, water per capita water availability will be declining exponentially. So we can see that as we are reaching towards the 2050, we are comes under the water scarcity condition. Okay, so when some resources are limiting and users are demand is high and resources is less, then the management comes. So management, nothing water management.
Excuse me, just actually your slide is not moving. That is another issue.
Okay. I don't know. it's working just before that it's finally working, but right now it has creating some problem. Okay, should I stop it, or because okay, I try to be with that.
Yeah.
So basically, water management, it deals with the optimization of the use, optimization of the water resources, so we get the maximum output. That is management. So water management can be done in different sectors, and agriculture is one of the largest consumer of the fresh water, and in agriculture, irrigation is one of the largest, you can say, the most water demanding component of the farming community. And you can see that in a way developed countries, actually the women participation in different sector, if we can see that they are very proportionately, women are participating in every sector. But in like developing countries like in India, in Southeast Asia, where the women are because we are more likely a agriculture nation, so women are mainly involved in the agriculture sector. So for India, the women play a significant role in water management because the mainly women, we can see in our daily life also, we can see that large section of women are involved who are not in the farming community, but they are engaged with the collection of water from a very far spaces, and they are managing in their household works with the limited amount of water. So there the water management starts. So it doesn't matter if woman is engaging in some particular sector, agriculture or not, but women are actually managing the water from the household start. So they're most of the time are engaged with the collecting water, and with that water they are managing whole the household works. And if you terms in the agriculture and irrigation also, so you can see that many women are engaged in the farming activities like irrigation, even in your farming other activities where the water component is there. So management is a term which is I think synonymous of the woman, because woman is a kind of because whenever they give some target, they manage whatever the resource in terms of money, in terms of water, whatever the resource is given to the woman, and they manage somehow. That is a god gifted I think trait for women and girls. They are very efficient in management. So in same terms, so they are very well done in the water management terms also. So in watershed areas where many women are actually there are water user associations there, like some farm pond is there, so they have their own association where they are very actively participated, that how that which plant should grow, which crop should take according to the water availability. So they are very much involved in the different decision making of the farming activities also. And in the water conservation practices like rainwater harvesting, roof water harvesting, so these kind roof water harvesting, they can put simple like utensils also, and some like small structures also to harvest the rainwater also. So and in so at every stages the women are the most you are the first user, and they know how to manage the water from the household to the farming community. And one of the most important, sanitation and hygiene. So in sanitation and hygiene, women are instrumental in promoting the sanitation. That is inbuilt. We can start like when we are baby and we are in we are very in from our childhood. Our mother starts that how to make a sanitation, how to take a hygiene properly with a limited amount of water. So that kind of mentality, that kind of management, that time of schooling, that we are already begin from the childhood, from our mothers, from our grandparents. So that kind of skills that women have in water management, it doesn't matter they are educated or not, but that management part is always there inbuilt in their system. So in education and awareness, like in different section, women and girls play a crucial role in educating their families, because we all know that a woman, if a woman is educated, if she aware, then he can aware the large their awareness impacts a very large volume. So in very large scale that they can create awareness among family also, among society also. So in similar way, the different awareness about the water conservation, different cultural activities they have involved in the water management and water harvesting. So in the entrepreneurship, the women are also very involved, like a small holding where the water sanitation program is there, water water quality, that activities in this much of activities are women are very much actively participated in these programs. Some other programs like in policy advocacy, where women need to decide different I'm concerning about the agriculture part also, but apart from that also women are taking part, like in if you go to in watershed where women and men are participated equally. So if a dam is created, if a farm pond is created, so which plant is going to track, and which according to the availability of water, so what type of irrigation method we should use, like a drip irrigation or a surface irrigation. So in that decision making, women are mainly involved. And in the government also, government is also like if a woman is farmer, then government subsidy for drip irrigation, for the smart farming, they have given much more subsidy to them. So in that way, women are more encouraging to adopt those smart techniques, so that there also women plays a very important and pivot role in decision making, that what kind of irrigation method or what kind of crop is should be grown in that particular scenario. So in that way, women are also taking a active participation in that. So in terms of health and innovation, women are very much taking actively participated. Apart from the although women are participated, but still they have faced many challenges, like a limited access to education. Still we are in a developing nation, and where somehow our culture is like that, women are little bit lag behind in terms of education, in terms of getting the limited access to the resources. They should follow some kind of social and cultural foundation is there. So that kind of challenges still they have to face, and there are limited technical skills that women's although women are taking participation in much activities, but still some places where they have a little bit apprehension in their mind, in their own also, that I don't know we can do or not. So that kind of little awareness is not little bit there. So that are the challenges that we face, that women are faced in water management activities. So I think by educating them, by giving them proper training, and facilitating them for some financial resources, like subsidy, like low credit, low you can say low interest rate rate loans, so that they can come forward and take the decisions that how we can move, and how we can move forward in different activities for their entrepreneurship. So in that way, we can say that women can strengthen their position in the, especially in the water management. So I would like to stop myself by this quote, that the women have a natural bond with the water, because we both are the life bearers, women and water. Water is the life, and women also bear the life. So this is the most commonality between the women and water. So with that, I would like to thank all of you for giving me the opportunity to share my views on a very interesting topic on a very interesting day. And I learned that many students have participated on the role of water management, women's in water management. So I wish all the best, and I really looking forward to how the posters they have made, because I have some inclination towards the painting and all these things. So wish you all the luck who got the prizes, and all the very best, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to interact with you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mona Lisa. If anybody has any questions, we can take up, or otherwise you can put into chat. Before that, actually, I just want to have one query. Actually, how what you suggested, the knowledge actually persists among the women, if you say. But what we have seen, it has not been translated into certain educational policy. Means, like if you see the developed countries, they have some system, that how to train the persons, not only water, in any resources if you take. So optimum utilizations of any resources. So is there, means, what do you suggest from your angle, that if we can inculcate the knowledge what we have at present to the students, that is it going to be or how to actually, first how to inculcate. I hope that it is going to be a very good fruit over a period of time, because water scarcity, as you have shown also, that it's a major issue in India. And persons water availability, if you compare to several other countries, it is maybe very we are ranking maybe less percentile of the country, means bottom 10 percentile or 20 percentile of the country only. So just if you can elaborate the knowledge to how to knowledge the knowledge we have to translate into the some curricular or some activity which will be helping to grow us together actually.
Actually, I think whatever we knowledge have, that women's actually the major I don't know, women's awareness is there, because now we have internet also. The most important tool is the internet nowadays. So earlier days we don't have internet. Many women who are in the like very background places, they don't access have that much of information. I think we have abundant information, abundant awareness, but we need to line up, because still have some, I think some social pressure is there, that I don't know, women are still lacking due to some social foundation. That is when we go to the village, and somehow they know the things. When we talk to the women there, so they know very much, they are very much aware, but somehow they want to be behind the door. They don't want to come due to some social barriers, some social decorum. They don't want to come forward. So in that way, actually, that is the, and that we need to think how to break that barrier, how to bring them. They have the knowledge, but they don't want to come from there due to their some social barrier. They have some lacuna in that.
As means that is a good idea actually. As you told, I liked it, that the information passes through women is very fast, and it is a means that actually linkage, if we can catch up and somehow if we can translate, it is going to give us the benefit. There are several students actually with us actually. If you can just tell them that in agriculture, actually out of whatever the fresh water we use, agriculture is the industry. Agriculture is a sector which takes a maximum quantity of the water. Now the drip irrigation and sprinkler irrigation, how we are saving, so they will be that will be good for them if you can tell them, and something related to IoT, and how we are saving water through that, and how women are also playing critical, like you also, you are developing those techniques. That is the way actually you are playing a critical role. So if you can tell students also regarding drip irrigation, then IoT and other things, they will be, I think, good to for them also. It will be good for us also. It will be good.
Actually, we have actually developed one IoT based automatic surface irrigation system. First, like majorly one is surface irrigation method mainly, and one is a pressurized irrigation method that we use, like a sprinkler irrigation and drip irrigation. So surface irrigation is like simply putting water in the field, and water will move through the gravity. So it is one of the easiest method which farmers use, because it has a less skill required, energy required, money is also less required. So most of the time 80% of the farmers is still using the surface irrigation method. But what is the main problem with that? The irrigation irrigation efficiency, because lots of water we have lost through the deep percolation losses. Like your plant needs only 2 centimeter of water, but you are putting 5 centimeter of water. So that 3 centimeter of water is gone lost. So that much of fresh water is lost with the surface irrigation. So the government is more promoting. That's why the drip is like a one drop will go to the at the root of the plant, because only plant need the water. You need not to irrigate the whole area. So your plant will get the with the drop rate of water, so that your water is also saving. Your irrigation efficiency will reach up to the 90%. And in surface irrigation, the irrigation efficiency is like a 40 to 45%. So you can see that 60% of water get lost. In case of drip irrigation, if you adopt drip irrigation, your irrigation efficiency is 90%, only 10% of water is lost. So that much of comparison is there. But still, government is promoting for drip irrigation, especially for women farmers. They have given 80 to 90% subsidy if you want to adopt that. But the problem is the farmers, again, whenever some new things comes, people are a little bit apprehend that we are using something which has no, like simply we have to put water and like that. But initial cost is high. That's true in a drip irrigation, but still farmers are subsidies given, but still only 10%, whatever the government is targeted, that only 20% still we have achieved after giving the subsidy also. So that kind of apprehension, whenever some new things come, people are little bit reluctant. I don't know if we can adopt this, and then we may face some problems. That's why we start with the surface irrigation automation. Okay, you are adopting the surface irrigation, so we come with some smart technique, like putting some soil moisture sensor, and when the soil moisture reach up to the your 2 centimeter, it will give the information to your mobile that you stop irrigation. No need to give the irrigation. So with that way, automatic your system will be closed. You need not to be there. Farmer need not to be stand in the field. He can do another other field in other state also. From there, he can manage his irrigation activities with the actual real-time data. So in that way, they can save. So here comes the IoT. IoT is basically stand for Internet of the Things. So different, like we all have an Android phone, we all have smartphones. So with that smartphone, you can do the different smart activities also in the farming, different farm activities also. So in that, we have developed one IoT-based smart basin automatic irrigation system, and we with this system we can reach our irrigation application efficiency more than 80%. So earlier it was 60%. Now with the real-time automation, we can reach up to the more than 80%. So that is our recommendation that we have done, and we are now trying to incorporate field trial also in farmers that we have tested in our research field. Now we want to take it to the farmer fields, that how farmers respond, what the problems are coming. So we are on that stage. So we are trying to do that.
Great. That's good, Mona Lisa. Thank you for your talk. As actually we are now in the last stage of our program, and students are also awaiting for their results. So it was a delightful talk. Thank you very much. So I request now Riddhi to proceed with our next agenda. Riddhi, please.
Thank you, Totan. So now we have come to the most exciting part of today's event. Yes, the result announcement of the Pan-India poster competition. We have received an overwhelming response from students from across the country, and I'm sure that our judges have faced really difficult time in ranking these posters. All of them were creative in their own way. We asked entries in 2 different categories. Group A was for classes 6 to 8, and the theme was Role of Women and Girls in Water Management. Group B was for class 9 to 12, and the theme here was Science for Peace. Each poster was evaluated by 3 judges independently. So now we request one of our respected evaluators, Dr. Pooja Devi from CSIR CSIO to share her feedback on this poster competition. So for a brief introduction, she is a principal scientist at CSIR CSIO, Raman Research Fellow at Drexel University, and an associate professor at ACSIR. She is also the core committee member of INYAS, as well as elected member of NASI and young associate at Indian Academy of Sciences, as well as Indian National Academy of Engineering. So with that, I would invite Dr. Pooja Devi to share her feedback. Pooja, please.
Thank you very much, Riddhi. First of all, having me here. And let me congratulate everyone for the International Day for Women and Girls in Science. As far as poster is concerned, I really agree with you. All the posters were really very good, very creative, and it was very tough to select the best. I must say, in terms of the creativity, each one was better than others, I would say. So some viewpoint or suggestion that I could give, that some students went beyond the creativity, that is the thoughtfulness behind the idea. So we know the women role in water management as from our houses. We have seen that. A very nice lecture was covered by Dr. Mona Lisa, and she very nicely explained how women has been core and integral part of water management in our houses. But now with time, women has gone beyond that. And not only in the houses, in various leadership role, in various, as a scientist, as a technologist, as an entrepreneur, women has been playing a big role there itself. So in terms of content, I have seen some student has given a thought on this direction also. They have not just shown that women are only going after collecting the water, using the water in cooking or in the washing. That's one part, but some students have really given thought in direction of creation of awareness on water management and predicting, showcasing women as a scientist and working towards various new research and technologies. So that's something really impressed me as an evaluator. I believe it must have to other evaluators as well. So I would suggest students, so besides creativity on such themes, it's important to give a thoughtful thought in that, because the content is more important along with the creative aspect of it. And science and art, when they are combined, they have more impact. I wish best to all the participants. So it doesn't matter you win or lose. You participated. I am sure you must have got awareness through this event. You must have learned many things out of it. So I wish all the best to all the participants, and congratulations in advance to all the winners. Thank you, Riddhi.
Thank you, Pooja, for your insightful feedback. So in line with that, I would just like to highlight one more aspect. Well, although most of the posters we received were really creative in their own way, a few displayed striking similarity with contents available online. So now, while borrowing ideas, exchanging ideas is a common practice, but the extent of similarities that we have received in some of the posters were really concerning, because that leads us to doubt the originality and independent thought process. The essence of this competition was not just to select the best posters for awards, but also to motivate the young minds to share their imaginations. So yet again, we had some of the posters which actually were very original and creative, but deviated from the essence of the theme. So having said that, now it's the time to reveal the awards. So students, please note that your awards and certificates will reach your address within the next 15 to 20 days. And we will also share this award-winning posters in the social media handle of INYAS, and then you can share it with your friends and family. And in case you have any further clarifications, you may contact Dr. Chirosri or Dr. Sriparna. So now the results. Let me share the presentation for that. Yeah. Is it visible? So we will start with Group A. And the third prize goes to Gorima Papnoi from Bonafide Public High School, Uttarakhand. Congratulations. The second prize goes to Ananya Anesha from the Aditya Birla Public School, Bhubaneswar, Orissa. Congratulations, Ananya. And now there is a tie for the first place. The award goes to Lav Patidar from Holy Cross School, Indore, Madhya Pradesh, and jointly to Himaksh Budania from Ravi Indian School, Rajasthan. A big round of applause from all of them. So now the group B, the competition was even very tough in group B. So in addition to the first, second, and third places, we also have two more posters that deserves a special mention. So we will start with them. Special mention, special prize goes to Anushri Krishnan from the Aditya Birla Public School, Bhubaneswar, Orissa. Congratulations, Anushree. And to Keshav Bhatt from St. Paul's Academy, Ghaziabad, Uttar Pradesh. Congratulations, Keshav. And now the third prize. And the award goes to Shubho Dash from Uttarpara Government High School, West Bengal. Congratulations, Shubho. The second prize goes to Shandipta Kamilia from Dasagram MBKB Balika Vidyalaya, West Bengal. Congratulations, Shandipta. And the first prize goes to Pulak Methi from Sankardev Shiksha Niketan, Gopur, Assam. Congratulations to all the award winners and also to all the participants for sharing your imaginations and creativity with us. So with that, I will sign out today. But before I sign out, I would like to request my INYAS colleague, Dr. Namisha Sharma, to propose a vote of thanks. Namisha, the floor is yours. Namisha, please unmute yourself.
Am I audible now?
Yes, perfect.
Thank you. Thank you, Riddhi, for coordinating the event so nicely. Initially, we would like to thank our speakers, Dr. Shisavidhi, Dr. Pramanik, and Dr. Chakravarti for their valuable insights. We thank all the 6 judges, Dr. Pooja, Dr. Vishal, Dr. Shiv, Dr. Sonu, Dr. Riddhi, and Dr. Namisha for giving their time for the poster judgment. We also thank INYAS office, especially Ms. Ananya Banerjee for all her help. Finally, we extend our sincere thanks to all the participants without whom this event would not have been possible. We also thank their parents and teachers for encouraging and allowing their kids to be a part of this program. Seeing your enthusiasm, we would like to come up and we hope to bring back the 3rd edition of this competition next year. Wish you all a good luck, stay positive, believe in science, and goodbye.
So now I'm closing this session. Okay.
Okay.
Bye. Bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.